Yo, what's poppin'? Jacques Slade here, and we are back with this month's Air Jordan releases. It's a busy month with some long-awaited releases, a classic returning for the first time in over 15 years, and the arrival of the next collab with Union Los Angeles. All right, let's get to it. Women's Air Jordan 2 Crystal Mint, August 1st for $175. Sneaker News is speculating that this upcoming release of the 2s has a lot of Statue of Liberty vibes, and it's not hard to see why. In the past decade, we've seen a lot of kicks pay homage to Lady Liberty by pairing up a minty green base color with splashes of concrete gray and shiny bronze. The 2s opt for a more subtle approach by placing them all around a white upper, so while you could see people calling these Statue of Liberty 2s, it's more of a if you know kind of thing. Women's Air Jordan 5 Low Dongdaemun, August 3rd, $190. Sunset Dongdaemun refers to a legendary street ball tournament in Beijing that takes place between May and June. For the locals and hoopers around the world, it's a Chinese equivalent of New York's Rucker Park or Los Angeles' Venice Beach. Previous Air Jordans that have taken on the Dongdaemun name were more colorful affairs, so this new release is kind of a departure with the black upper. The pink and purple accents replicate the sunset that washes over the tournament as it moves from day to night. There's also a special graphic on the insole that represents the sunset, and then we see the tournament's logo on the heel. Air Jordan 1 Low OG Black Toe, August 4th for $140. After a delay last month, it looks like we might finally be getting a proper release for this long-awaited retro. There's really not much more that needs to be said. It's a low-cut version of an OG colorway of the Air Jordan 1. You can't really beat that combination. Of course, this probably means we won't be getting a proper Black Toe retro anytime soon, but we'll take this as a consolation prize, I guess. And if you're wondering, no, the satin Black Toe retro from a few years ago does not count as a proper retro, and neither does the rumored Black Toe Reimagined that might be releasing later this year. When I mean a proper Black Toe retro, I mean like the one that dropped in 2016, or if they want to get freaky, the recent Jordan 1 High 85s that are a little over $250 in sticker price. Great, that just means an Air Jordan 1 High 85 Black Toe will totally retail for $300 whenever it comes out. Air Jordan 13 Wolf Gray, August 5th, $210. I think Jordan Brand is determined to give us every variation of gray, white, and red 13s that we can tolerate. Let's see, there's the player exclusive that Jason Kidd wore when he was a Jordan Brand athlete playing for the then New Jersey Nets. In 2014, we got something that got us close to the PE with the gray toe 13s. In 2021, we got a red version of the popular Flint color blocking that I honestly could see Jason Kidd wearing back in the days as well. So that's 3 variants of gray, white, and red already before we come to this new, let's just call it Wolf Gray pair that is dropping early in August. With this one dropping in full family sizing, Jordan Brand is definitely positioning this as a Jordan retro for the whole family to wear. Women's Air Jordan 2 Low Sky J Orange, August 10th for $150. So the box label, the official colors are Sky J Orange, Varsity Red, and Sky J Mauve. I have no idea what Sky J Orange or Sky J Mauve are supposed to represent. It's not like I can find them in the Pantone database. I don't think any paint company has called one of their varieties that has a mixture of orange and brown Sky J Orange either. So thanks for giving us something to gripe about, Jordan Brand. It's got an aged suede upper, which is a motif we've seen on some recent Jordan 2 releases, but it's got a contrasting light purple, Sky J Mauve on the heel clip and lining. The lifestyle vibes are strong with this one, and it doesn't hurt that Jordan Brand is making these in men's sizing too. Air Jordan 5 Burgundy, August 12th, $225. So here's a blast from the past. The 2006 Air Jordan 5 Burgundy was part of a run of lifestyle-inspired colorways of the 5s that gave the silhouette a different, more casual vibe. Returning for the first time since 06, the 2023 edition appears to be a faithful recreation from the reflective tongue, the silver speckle print on the midsole, to the translucent elements on the outsole and lace lock, and of course the upper itself, which is suede based and uses a rich hue of burgundy. It's one of those pairs that the sneaker blogs were hoping would dedicate posts to in the mid 2010s, hoping they would come back. Well, the dream has finally been fulfilled, I guess. Now we just need the Laser 5s to come back. We're halfway through this week's releases, so let's run down some other releases from Jordan Brand that are headed our way this month, including signature drops from Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic, J's we featured before that were pushed back to this month, and other rumored drops without official images at this moment. The Jordan Luka 2 Matador, August 3rd for $130. The Jordan 2 Low Craft Black Vanilla on August 4th for $150. The Jordan Tatum 1 Denim, that's August 10th for $120. The Women's Air Jordan 2 Craft Pink, that's August 31st for $175. All right. back to the list. The Air Jordan 1 Low OG Atmosphere Gray, August 16th for $140. The next Jordan 1 Dior adjacent set to drop does separate itself from the other Jordan 1 Lows that copies the high-profile collab's color blocking. But looking at the shoe's quality and the pictures we've seen, there's a lot to like about these, even if it doesn't allude to something else. The Atmosphere Gray covering the swooshes, the heel, toe box, and lining give it a bread, shadow, and royal color blocking feel, but with white in place of black. I feel like this will be on plenty of people's rotation as we wind down summer and head into the fall. This is also the part where I say, who am I kidding? We're recording this in July. It's gonna feel like summer till at least late October here in Southern California. Air Jordan 38 Fundamental, August 18th for $200. The next Air Jordan is here, and it's coming in the Fundamental colorway, which makes sense really. What is more fundamental to the Air Jordan than a combination of red, black, and white? In line with Air Jordans in the 30s, the 38 takes inspiration from the Air Jordan 8. For example, the new X plate that keeps the foot over the footbed is shaped like an X to mimic the straps on the 8s. The 41 crosshatches on the upper is a reference to his 41 points per game averaged during the 1993 NBA Finals, while the 3 medial diamonds call out the first Chicago Bulls three-peat. Rounding out the specs, we've got a full-length zoom strobel unit parked with a Cushlon 3.0 on the cushioning side and a radial herringbone pattern that's on the sole. Air Jordan 12 Filled Purple, August 19th for $200. Fans of the Air Jordan 12 and Gary Payton Jordan brand player exclusives will be pleased to know that the next pair is dropping this month. Well, next, you know what I mean. The black and filled purple with hits of gold mimic a road pair that GP wore during his lone season with the Los Angeles Lakers. The only difference is that these will not have the glove branding that was on GP shoes, which makes sense. Keep those special to GP. It's a follow-up to the University Gold that was also a Payton PE that dropped in July of 2020. Wow, that was a long time ago. So if you're following this pattern, I guess we can expect that the white and University Gold pair to drop in 2026 and maybe a white and filled purple pair in 2029. Women's Air Jordan 4 Frozen Moments, August 26, $225. So if I'm reading this correctly, this new colorway of the Air Jordan 4 got its name from an iconic Jordan commercial in 1997 when he wore the Air Jordan 12 Taxi that was called Frozen Moments. But this new Jordan 4 is not from that specific commercial or from that Frozen moment, but from an early highlight of MJ's career, the shot in 1988 against the Cleveland Cavaliers when he wore the Air Jordan 4 playoffs, aka the Breads. So to recap, this new colorway of the Air Jordan 4, which features a light iron ore and neutral gray suede and leather upper with metallic silver wings and sail accents on the midsole, is supposed to represent the name of a 1997 commercial and one of Michael Jordan's most iconic moments that happened nearly a decade earlier, but without neither the shoe he wore in the commercial or the shot. Yeah, that makes sense. The shoes are still cool though. Union Air Jordan 1 SP sale Wolf Gray on the 26th for $200. And to close out the month of mostly confirmed Air Jordan releases is the next collab between Union and Los Angeles. While there hasn't been official info on these, the prevailing theory is that this new take on the Air Jordan 1 is inspired by the Nike's Footscape series that began in the 90s and experienced moments of popularity throughout the 2000s and 2010s. Probably time to coincide with the reported return of the Footscapes in 2023. The Union Jordan 1 SP is a bit of a shocker in that nobody saw this interpretation coming, but then again, nobody thought Frankensteining OG colorways of the Air Jordan 1 like Union did in 2018 will create a ripple effect that Nike, Jordan Brand, and even Union are still chasing to do to this day. Can this live up to that standard? Well, it's hard to say, but I can't wait to see how it plays out in a few weeks. All right, that's gonna do it for the Air Jordans that are dropping this month. As always, I'm Jacques Slade, and I'll see you next time. Peace.